What's up, guys? It's Carly with FasciNative English, where if you are finally ready to take your English to another level and to begin speaking English like a native English speaker, then you've come to the right place. So let's get into it. Oh, hello there. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's the night before Christmas. Well, not really the night. It's the day before Christmas. It's Christmas Eve. I wanted to share with you all something that is a tradition in my family. Ever since I was a little girl and now as an adult, I share this same tradition with my children. And that is this book, The Night Before Christmas. When I was growing up, every Christmas Eve, right before I would put the milk and cookies out for Santa and get all snuggled up in my bed to sleep, or not really sleep because nobody can sleep on Christmas Eve, right? They're so excited. Even now, as an adult, I have trouble sleeping on Christmas Eve because I'm too excited about Christmas and seeing all the expressions on my kids' faces and giving gifts and just being together with family and looking forward to the new year and thinking on how Christ was born. Just so many good things about Christmas that make me too excited to sleep on Christmas Eve. But when I was a little girl, I would read this book with my parents. My dad would read it whenever I was too young to read, and sometimes my older siblings would read it, to practice reading. And then there came a time where I was old enough and I would read this book to my parents, and sometimes my parents would still read it to us, and back and forth every Christmas Eve. Growing up, we would read this book, The Night Before Christmas. Now, not this exact book. This is a new one that my dad actually purchased for my kids a couple weeks ago. He gave it to us because this year, this is my dad's little note to my kids. This year, this book turns 200 years old. This was published in 1823. 1823. So this book is now 200 years old. Obviously not this copy of the book, but the story, The Night Before Christmas story this has become such a staple for not only me, but many people here in America or even around the world to read on Christmas Eve. And there's even songs about it, and it's so common, and it is a tradition that I had growing up with my family and that I'm now sharing with my kids as well. We have so many copies of this book. I wanted to have a different video for today. Yes, we'll still learn. There's plenty of words in here that you guys can learn today. English vocabulary and slang phrases. I'm pretty sure we'll find some stuff in here to learn. But I wanted to share this tradition with you all, and I wanted to read the book with you and celebrate Christmas together here on YouTube. So without further ado, let us begin The Night Before Christmas. I don't know if you can see the whole thing. We'll try to work with it, all right? I don't want a lot of shadows or bad angles. We'll see. 'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. I almost have this memorized. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out of the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes did appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment that must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away all. As leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle mount to the sky, so up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night." I hope you guys enjoyed this rather different video today. It's a tradition in my family, like I mentioned before. I wanted to share this tradition with you all on YouTube. I feel like it's the perfect opportunity since Sunday is when I usually post a video, and Sunday just happens to be Christmas Eve this year. So perfect opportunity to share the night before Christmas with you all. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you all in the next video.